Two quarterbacks of the future in the NFC East going head-to-head in the Sunday Night Football game. First thing I noticed in this game, Faith Hill is a lot better than Pink. I don't really care for either, and I think country music should stick to NASCAR. I don't know, I'd rather see ZZ Top or AC/DC or up there or something, but I'll take Faith Hill before Pink. As for the actual game, well, this was an old-fashioned shootout, and it was fun. Right from the start of the game, when Plexico Burress burned Anthony Henry for a 60-yard touchdown, I was thinking, uh-oh, I think we're going to have a 90-point point fest here. And I was pretty close. Let's see. Both quarterbacks played extremely well, nearly matching each other yard for yard and point for point. Romo averaged an insane amount of yards per completion. He had 15 completions. That's nothing special. 345 yards. That's insane. You saw what Drew Brees averaged per completion on Thursday night. Well, Romo was the exact opposite of that tonight. Here's a fun stat. Both quarterbacks threw 4 touchdowns and 1 pick. So, big showings by both quarterbacks. Two guys with something to prove. Two guys trying to earn their spot as a franchise quarterback of storied franchises. And tonight was the first step toward much bigger things. For the Giants, I'll focus on the Giants first. Brandon Jacobs goes down hurt. Big loss. They could have used him, I think, against this Cowboys 3-4 defense. I think he was a good matchup. And now they're going to have to try and live without him. That includes using Reuben Drones, who I feel is underrated. I think he needs to touch the ball more. And this new guy, Derek Ward, who showed up today. I just gotta say, he had almost 90 yards on 13 carries. So, props to him. I think he's a third stringer or something. So to come on against a good defense like Dallas and light them up, nice job. Plexico Burress ate that secondary alive. You can tell Dallas was missing Terrence Newman. That Dallas pass defense, even though Dallas did win 45-35, that pass defense, and, well, really defense in general, looks exactly like it did last year. Doesn't know where it's supposed to be, doesn't know who to cover, doesn't know where to be, doesn't know when they should be wherever they should be. Just kind of rough right now. They need to get that together. That's why they signed a guy like Wade Phillips and brought in players like Ken Hamlin and drafted Anthony Spencer. Amani Toomer had a return to his Pro Bowl days, 9 catches, 91 yards, and was literally 2 inches from scoring an early touchdown back when the Giants were starting to pile the points on earlier in the game. The first thing that comes to mind is Eli Manning, a guy who I've never particularly cared for and felt was overrated. He blew me away. He played extremely well. That interception was not his fault. Plexico Burress fell down. Nothing he can do about that. And, he had a surprisingly good game. I was very impressed. This loss is on the defense. The one interception they got was a terrible pass by Romo, as near as I could tell. They couldn't stop the Giants on third down. They were letting Jason Witten eat them alive. That was watching the Cowboys offense just cut them open, rip them a new one. That was painful to watch. If I was a Giants fan, that would be really painful to watch. As for the Cowboys, as I said, Romo earning that contract. Why are they feeding Julius Jones the ball? I don't understand it. Barber has shown multiple times now that he's a better player. Give him the ball. Once again, JJ touches it 16 times. Actually, if you count passing plays, he touches it 17 times. Barber 12. Give the ball to Barber. He's more physical. He wants it more. He's got more fire in his belly. Give him the ball. I guarantee you'll get more production out of him than you will JJ. Witten, obviously, with a huge game. Every time the Cowboys needed a play, they would go to him, and he would do something. Third down, throw it to him. Red zone, throw it to him. Great game by Jason Witten, a guy coming off a bit of an off year last year in terms of touchdowns. Already has one, which is just as many as he had all of last season. And hey, how about Terrell Owens? 3 catches, 87 yards, 2 touchdowns. Didn't do jack in the first half. And, I was kind of thinking, what's going on here? This isn't going to make him happy. Then he goes out, 3 catches, 87 yards, 2 touchdowns. And as you know, I'm doing that milestone tracker thing, which I am going to update after tomorrow's games. And I'm going to make videos for those games as well. So, he's climbing that ladder. Creighton, replacing Terry Glenn, looks solid. Sam Hurd had that one big play. Defensively, they were weak. They only had the 1 sack, the 1 pick that they were lucky to have, to be perfectly honest. That defense has got to get better. That was a pretty embarrassing show all around by them. But they won, so they live to fight another day, as they say. Now, as for the Giants, I mentioned Brandon Jacobs getting hurt, but he was not the only casualty. I know Eli Manning got hurt, and I don't think it's serious. I think he's going to be back on the field next week, maybe 2 weeks. I don't think it's a big deal. But any time he misses is time that the Giants are going to get slaughtered, because I don't believe in Jared Lorenzen one bit. I think he's kind of a novelty player, and I don't think he's anything in this league, but they're stuck. They really are. It looks like they're going to have to be stuck with him for a little while. But once again, I believe Eli's going to be okay. I think he's going to play next week. And I don't think that he was the only Giant to get hurt either. I'm pretty sure some guys on defense went down. Ugly night for injuries. People going down left and right. I think it's a tribute to the Giants' conditioning staff. I don't know what's up, but Giants keep getting hurt. And they've got to fix that problem, because I believe that is something you can prevent and fix by having better conditioning. So, shootout in the Big D once again. Good job, Cowboys. The Cowboys win puts me at 9-5 on my picks. Tomorrow is a real crapshoot. I'm gonna make videos about those games. Hope I can pull out an 11-5. I know I made a lot of videos at once here, but I wanted time to talk about each game separately. So you don't have to watch them all. Just watch whatever interests you. And all right. See you guys tomorrow.